how I take care of my thyroid when I'm having a flare-up as someone who has hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, and PCOS. It is the worst feeling waking up feeling like you have something stuck in your throat and your chest, and that's for me my biggest giveaway how I can tell I'm having a flare-up. I was sipping on coffee. The first thing that I stop immediately as soon as I realize I'm having a flare-up is I eliminate my caffeine for the remaining of the day. I start out my morning after I take my medicine, after I wake up and everything. I always start my morning off with some sea moss. I take about the big spoon, I take about that much. Another thing I always have on hand is some bone broth. This is Thrive Market organic turkey bone broth. I do typically like to have the very jelly type of form of bone broth, but I don't have the bone broth that I tend to like. I'm just gonna pour some of this in a mug. I like that much. And then I have my tea brewing right now. So I tend to use whatever hot sauce right now. I'm just gonna add in some chili sauce. Adding in hot sauce is honestly the only way I can drink bone broth. I'm not a huge fan of it. The taste on its own, I always have to use some kind of hot sauce. I don't use too much, I just use like, maybe like that much. Just a little bit. Just enough to give it some kind of flavor. Like, yeah. That's good. My tea is ready and I'm going to pour that in my mug now. So by the time that I finish my bone broth, this is ready to go. Depending on how I feel, I'm gonna try to make it to the gym. Typically doing some kind of cardio will always make me kind of feel better. I finished my bone broth and I already feel so much better. I could feel the inflammation in my thyroid gland already reducing, but I'm still gonna finish my tea. Quick little gym fit.
Yes, Jesus! I was gonna do glutes today, but because I'm having a flare-up, I have no pre-workout and I didn't finish my coffee. I am gonna focus on getting my steps in, getting some cardio. I was not gonna focus on cardio today. I was going to do like a little warm-up, but instead we're gonna get our steps in. We're gonna get a nice sweat going. And after, with flare-up days, I love to go in the sauna or even the steam room after to kind of loosen everything up. And sometimes if I'm not at the gym and I don't make it to the gym and have a flare-up, I'll just take a bath. I'll run a nice hot bath at the house and then with no fan on, and I'll let that steam just kind of loosen everything up.
Time for some breakfast. When I'm having a flare-up, the last thing I want is solids. I'm like this, typically I would have a protein smoothie, but I don't have anything. I'm gonna have this organic soup that's autumn butternut squash. I'm gonna have half of it, and then I'm probably gonna have the other half around lunchtime. Bye guys.